Nancy Lebeck, the rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And oh my gosh, Disney Star Wars currently now resembles a chicken with its head cut off, running madly in every direction, not knowing what to do, and which is what I'm going to be talking about. There's so much going on with Star Wars right now. I actually shot and edited a video yesterday about Brei Larson being lined up to play Ahsoka Tano in a live action version of a movie featuring her. It was only a short little video, but I had to ditch that. That's gone for the win because I just got to insert that in here. So Disney is, I think Disney is in full panic mode. They paid $4.5 billion, I believe, for Star Wars. It was valued at $3 billion, and they rationalized that by saying that, look, we can produce a movie. This is what we can expect to make from it. Plus, wow, is that thunder or a plane? Okay, I'm hearing this plane fly outside my. I'm in the basement. Yeah, I am actually one of those like old white men basement dwellers. I'm in my basement. I just heard a plane go outside. It sounded like one of those Shield like helicarriers things. It sounded massive. Okay, forget that. Where was I? So yeah, I think they're in full panic mode right now, and they know that the Last Jedi wasn't just a stinker. It was a franchise that struck. Fine, going back there, they paid $4.5 billion for it. It was valued at $3 billion. They rationalized that with saying, "Look, we can put out a movie a year plus limitless merchandise," and they could have done. But they screwed it up with the Rise of Skywalker, with the Last Jedi, making it was so awful. It was so incredibly awful. You didn't notice the extreme politics in it because you couldn't see through just the terrible writing decisions. It was like, I mean, clearly, yeah. The idea was to depower or not depower, debase. I think debase is a better to debase Luke Skywalker, and you could kind of see it from those like little cartoons they were putting out, rough in the same time, which show Princess Leia as the smart one, and Han and Luke as like these bumbling idiots, and it's really Princess Leia that always saved the day. They stopped making those little like 30-second cartoons. Anyway, so now, yeah, they paid way too much for it. They can't get the money back from their investment in listen, $1.5 billion shortfall, pretty bad. So, and there's going to be serious repercussions if they can't pull out this death dive. So what they're doing is, I think they're just throwing as many things as they can against the wall. Some of it's actually quite a smart strategy if I'm right, and when you think about it. This is what they should have done. This was my advice. They should have tapped J.J. Abrams instead of doing episode 9. They should have had, and I know a lot of people do not like J.J., which is fine, fair enough. But I think he would have had a much better shot. If they said, we want you to do an alternate episode 8 and episode 9, and then release, and you can use all the footage you want from Last Jedi. We need you to hammer it into a new narrative. And I don't think JJ wants to suck. I think he wants to be good. I just don't think he's got that core storytelling ability. But I think he probably would have brought somebody in to help him be able to do that. So he looks good. I really don't think the reasons his stuff. Oh my God, the plane's going by again. I really don't think it's coming from malice. And honestly, I really enjoyed The Force Awakens. My wife said I didn't blink like the entire time the movie was playing. I liked almost all of it. Some of it was sort of super dumb, having the planet, like the replacement Death Star. They should have had something different than that, and like blowing up planets, 6 planets at once. And again, it was kind of dumb, but it was so much fun, and I was so happy to see it that I let it go by. I think like most people, I had a pretty common experience. What they should have done is tapped in to do an alternate episode 8 and 9, and release them within 2 months to each other. Like release one in the Thanksgiving or November, or even Labor Day if you want to space them out a little bit more, and the other one around New Year's, Christmas time, right? But they did that with Back to the Future 2 and 3. They released one at the beginning of summer, and then they released the Blu-ray the video at the time. They released a video of it at the end of summer, and then a week later, that Back to the Future 3 come out, and that was awesome. They should have done something similar to that, but that would have mean admitting they really messed up with the Last Jedi, and Kathleen Kennedy especially would have a lot of egg on her face. So instead, they're going for this different approach. They're releasing The Mandalorian on I think November 12th, and then Rise of Skywalker on December 20th. And so a lot of people are going, why do you have competing franchises, which is essentially what they want? Like, isn't that counterproductive? And this is what I think the plan is. I think there's several plans in play. The primary one is that that the Mandalorian. I think they know the Mandalorian is going to be pretty good. The trailer dropped yesterday, and yeah, dude, that thing looks good. That thing doesn't even look like it's made with tons of member berries. It looked like it was made by somebody who knows and loves Star Wars and wants to make a great Star Wars. So yeah, that's the that's the feeling I got from the trailer, which looked fantastic. So I think, let's say they release it on November 12th and people start watching it, and it's weekly and it runs for 8 weeks. Let's say it's really good, and that really builds up enthusiasm for Star Wars as a brand. And it gets you excited for Star Wars, and then builds up and becomes a part of your landscape until December 20th. When you're enthused about Star Wars, and then you're like, yeah, let's go and see the Rise of Skywalker, because I've seen very recently that everything really, something being popular or unpopular really goes upon what your expectations of it are. And I'm going to talk about this more in my Watchmen review video. But if you expected Watchmen to be if you expected Watchmen, the TV series that's currently running on HBO, if you are a social justice warrior or a progressive, and you saw it had like a black female protagonist, and you expect it to be more like echo chamber confirming your worldview, you're gonna love it, and you're just gonna love it no matter what. And if you're not on the other side of the fence like me, and you're not a social justice, you want things to be normal and not riddled with politics, you're just gonna hate it no matter what. And that's pretty much what's happened. So I think expectation creates a reality. Yeah, that's why I tend to believe for several reasons. I tend to believe the stories that Captain Marvel, that Disney bought tons and tons of tickets for opening weekend, because that let's say they spent like $5 million doing that, which who knows, but that $5 million they would buy for that is like people being able to legitimately say, look how popular it is, and it develops buzz, it develops feeling, and then the next weekend you get that $5 million back plus a gazillion times over. Anyway, they get 60% of the ticket price anyway. So they're only paying 40% of that. So I tend to believe that. I also tend to believe there's some shenanigans going on with the pre-ticket sales for Rise of Skywalker, because the Disney propaganda machine came out and said, "It's the greatest thing ever! We got the greatest sales ever!" And then the long range projector came out and said, "Yeah, it's going to open the worst of all the sequel trilogy." So that's what I think's going on there. I think they're trying to create expectation with Mandalorian. I think their backup plan is, let's say Rise of Skywalker is awful. I think it might be. Listen, I thought JJ may be able to pull him out that death, because I really liked Force Awakens. I know I'd say it's an unpopular opinion, but I really did. I really genuinely enjoyed it. I don't think they can. My God, what is that? Is that plane again? I'm telling you, are we being invaded? Look, okay. Oh, that's actually a real question. I live in Israel. I live in Samaria, where Abraham kept his sheep. And so when I say, are we being invaded? We might be. I don't know. I guess my son would tell me. He's a tank commander. He's a tank commander right now. His life is a Hollywood pitched for an action show on like a mainstream action show. He's an Israeli tank commander working on the Egyptian border as a drug enforcement officer. Essentially, he busts people smuggling weed. And we're not talking like, your 5 grams of weed. They have people on one side of the border, Bedouins on one side of the border. They come up the designated point with like these massive garbage, like you showed me them, these massive garbage bags of weed. Well, they're not garbage bags; they're like canvas bags. Like I can't even get my hands big enough in the frame to show you. They're massive. They're really big, and they throw them over the border and have somebody on the other side grab them and drive off with them. So his job is to bust the people doing that. I keep saying, son, you want to show your old dad a bit of love and bring home some work. Hasn't really worked out. So I think the backup plan is, let's say the Rise of Skywalker is really awful, as I think it might be. I mean, listen, I'm of the opinion that you need a good story. A good story is a backbone for a good movie. I think that's why Joker did so well. It was a good story, and they had that as a backbone. They don't have a good story as a backbone for Rise of Skywalker because they haven't even teased what the story is. Because they're using like production art concepts from Force Awakens, like the Death Star underwater, the throne room. So they're really doing all of, and I think they just got moments and they want to string it together. That's why I believe there's got like 6 different endings and they've reshot it twice or something crazy like that. Which, personally, I'd love them to release a deluxe Blu-ray of it with the different versions of it, and you can like choose your own version. That'd be awesome. Anyway, I digress. So I think that let's say Rise of Skywalker tanks, they can go, but look, we've got the Mandalorian. Let's all focus on that now instead. So I think the Mandalorian is around to build up enthusiasm for Star Wars and as a backup plan in case they're Rise of Skywalker tanks. And then we got other things going on. Dan and Dave from Game of Thrones, who just gave the most candid interview. I haven't read it yet. I just heard about it from Nerdronic last night. I really got to read it. They basically said, "Yeah, look, we didn't know what we're doing." And I can't believe we got the job, but we didn't. And then we can't believe it worked out. I got to find that interview. I got to do a video on that interview. Crazy. So they're off. They're now off their trilogy. I can't imagine Ryan Johnson's still on his trilogy, but they haven't. They keep telling him in drips and drabs that you're off. Just Ryan, just put it in development. Ryan, okay, now don't tell anybody it's forthcoming. And there's that plane again. Okay, maybe it's just maneuvers. I don't know. It sounds like a bunch of planes. Anyway, I wonder if you can hear it. It's like my room shaking. Wild. And then we got Kevin Feige, who is being lined up to take over Star Wars from Kathleen Kennedy. Even though I don't know, Kevin Feige, the shine is off Kevin Feige for me. I am out of Marvel now. The Endgame was my exit point. I saw Far From Home. I was like, meh, I can take it or leave it. I no interest in seeing any of the upcoming movies. Black Widow. And from what I can hear, that even Doctor Strange is going to be like a woke fest. So yeah, that's really great. So now I'll get to that in a second. So they're lining up Brie Larson to play Ahsoka Tano, which I just think sounds like insanity to me. Because first she's got to be under tons of makeup, and Hollywood stars don't like that. That's why Adam Driver keeps taking his mask off. In all the Spider-Man movies, they keep taking the mask off. But like she's a beloved figure. Ahsoka Tano is a beloved character, and Brie Larson is at best a diverse figure. She's so obnoxious. She's so unbelievably privileged and obnoxious. I have no idea what Kevin Feige sees in her. Maybe she's got some dirt on him. Could be. But like she's I don't get it. Like, how do you take a character that is beloved by the audience and then give it that actress to portray? It seems insanity to me. Which is insanity describes the state of Star Wars. Really, it boils down to this. is Disney going to be able to control themselves and not put in lots and lots and lots of current day politics? That's really, let's strip it all down to the brass tacks. That's what destroy the past was all about. There's all these current day, but are they going to be able to control themselves and just like try and deliver a good movie? And everything depends on that. Everything depends on that. And if they can't, well, even if they can do that, they still got to be. I don't think Rise of Skywalker is still going to be a good experience. If they can't, Star Wars is in trouble. Look, when I say in trouble, it'll go back to like the 90s or the 2000s when nothing was really happening. No, go back to like It'll go back to like the mid 90s, the prequel era. I think the first one came out in '99. It's around the same time as The Matrix. But yeah, where we started to get like the expanded universe, EU, and Shadows of the Empire was a big thing. It was a movie without the movie. You had a graphic novel, you had a book, you had toys. I think we're just going to go back to smaller fare like that. And you know what? I kind of like that. And that plane's back again. I think that's a sign for me to go. My name is Fila Beck, the Rabbi from Another Planet. Let me know what you think. What are your views on Star Wars? What are your views on Disney Star Wars? What are your hopes, expectations? I tell you, that Mandalorian trailer looks freaking fantastic. Rise of Skywalker trailer looked great. It just seemed devoid of any heart and content. But we're going to see. And Brei Larson as Ahsoka Tano. I hope that doesn't. Well, I hope it doesn't happen, but I really hope it does. I will have so much fun with that. I guess I have to pay to see it, but never mind. And Dan and Dave, look, you're rich guys. In fact, one of them's their father was the head of Smith Barney or JP Morgan or some massive brokerage firm. They're not hurting for cash; they're fine, but their careers. Unless they self-finance like small things, their career has hit a major snag. I don't know if they're going to survive the Netflix deal, especially after this this interview they gave. But Dan and Dave, they're gone. Rian Johnson, being gone isn't enough. I would like him, I would like him shame march through every city in the land. Much like Cersei Lannister. That if you want to bring Game of Thrones into Star Wars, that's the way to do it. My name's Fila Beck, the Rabbi from Another Planet. Please like, share, subscribe, and ring the bell so you're notified when new videos drop.